In the end, I think me making Ego is Due Time, or an album like Ego, From the Mind of a Menace Volume 1 was never a concept, or it wasn't a full album. It was kind of great. It was a bunch of songs made for the purpose of making songs and making an album, and I never really took into account that a concept could be a thing, or I could put more into it than I did. And there was a lot of emotion in that album. There was a lot of real shit in that album, but it doesn't even compare to how much shit's in this. Like, Ego is my embodiment of a person, of a human being, of my ego. I've been through a lot in the past, and like, not even full ego dissolution, I'd say, but I've been pretty damn close the past couple of months. Just a lot of events in general have led to me not feeling myself, or myself just, I can feel a part of me destroyed or missing, and it's just, I know that I'm not up to my fullest capability with everything right now, but the music's real. That, like, this shit's some of the realest I've ever written. I'm revealing a lot more of my past and a lot more of my darker shit this time around. And for 24 songs, there's a lot to get across. There's gonna be some, you'll have to be able to interpret the lyrics to understand what I mean, and that's kind of the point of it. I want people to be able to listen and understand and maybe piece together some sort of story, track by track. I think from, I don't remember which track number it is exactly, but from like Dissolution to Terminal, or even Chronic, I like sway extremely away from my style, and that's kind of, I do that on purpose, and I lined up all the tracks specifically for that, so they all go together well. But those songs are some of the most different I've ever written, and they are bangers. I don't know. When I was making them, half the time I would question a bar or something, and then I'd just listen to it again and it would be perfect. I'm so proud of this project, and I can't wait for all of y'all to hear it. Just especially the meaning behind it. Everyone has an ego. It is the most important part of you. It is your personality. It is you. And there's a lot of shit that can destroy that. Like, there's so many things. It is the weakest link in your mind. Anything can break the ego or tear it apart slowly, year by year. That's often what happens. It gets worn away and you become just monotone. You become a down person. More times than others. It happens quickly too. Like, you could do some, like, drugs or shit. They fuck you up, dude. Ego dissolution is such a bad thing. Ego death, going through that is like another wave of hell, but also nothing at the same time. You have no idea who you are, what's going on, where you are, or the fact that you're even a person. With ego death, you're just there. You're pretty much the closest thing to death that can happen to you. It is horrifying. It is. That's the meaning of this album altogether. And there's way more meaning to it, but the gist of it is the ego is your weakest link, and whatever anyone says against that, I have a lot more to prove that it's just something, that's just how shit goes, because you gotta watch out for your ego. You have to take care of it. You have to know what's good for you, know what's wrong for you, know when to do shit, know when not to do shit. And I think this album pieces together a lot of my life that I haven't acknowledged until now. And that's why it's one of the biggest things to me. Anyway, Ego coming out December 23rd. Special thanks to SADBOY for hosting this whole interview thing. And I'll see you guys in December. Only hit her once and now she coming back for second.